Marian, thank you. This is amazing. I hope God, and I believe God is really going to use this as a powerful platform to change lives and to bring men to Himself. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for accepting. I like the fact that you said that also this is like a space for us to have people genuinely share their stories, because a lot of people don't really have platforms to even tell their own stories, and yet their stories have the power to transform their brothers, their sisters. And a lot of people also suffer or struggle in silence, and they don't know where to go and find help or ideas or connections, and they cannot necessarily open up about a lot of things to their own closest relatives and friends. For this episode, if people feel like they want to be anonymous or whatever, that's totally fine. If someone says, no, I just want to share without revealing my name, I just want to use my voice, you can twitch my voice. Or the person says, of course, for us in the production process, we will know who's telling the story, but of course, we are encouraging people to tell their stories openly and frankly. But if someone for some reason feels like I just want it to be written, I don't want it to be, so we will be doing that. Like we will be turning the audios into scripts automatically, like the platforms which should be able to turn the audios into, texts, or the text into audio. And then we also have the opportunity to record video, especially for YouTube, for people who can see the visuals. So having a space where people genuinely share their stories and are able to help others find their identity and confidence in who they are in Christ. I also believe, young Christians today are trying their best to sort of use their own platforms, to make sure Jesus trends, to share their positive stories. And sometimes because there has been a shift in their personal lives, like, yeah, this is the Marion we know and the Marion we are seeing today. Those are two different people, right? People are thinking that you're posting to attract attention, or something like that. But if there is a safe space for you to just share you've truly found identity at any point in your life, I think that will allow for them not to be shy. I'm also thinking about the fact that each one of us has a story to tell, and by telling those stories, we are empowering ourselves, but also being more confident in who we are, and we can also help each other. The last two things, I liked what you said about like the perception about Christianity and who Christians are today is very negative and not really the full story. So we also know, like you've mentioned correctly, we know that whereas the people who have the bigger numbers and platforms and influence may shift the trend and give the audience or the world a perception about Christianity, we also know within ourselves and within our communities and within our families, we have inspiring Christian youth or leaders or voices or mentors, like rising Christian stars who are making our lives better every single day. And so giving them that platform, to be able to also share their stories, I think for me, that's amazing. The thing about, people telling their stories, like there is power in that, because the enemy is here to silence people. It makes us feel like we have nothing worth sharing, or our stories are useless. But God is the ultimate author of our stories. He is the one who has orchestrated our destiny, you know. Before we even open or flip the pages, before we even open and flip the pages, God already knows what is going to happen. So, so a colleague of mine was telling me yesterday that God knows our end from beginning. God already wrote our story. God is already working everything together for our good. And he was telling me as well, or reminding me, right, that the same God that carries us through from when we are born up until when we are at a time when we leave this earth. It's the same God that carries us through the highs and lows, but a lot of us forget when we hit certain roadmaps in our lives. And
Yeah.
then when we look back at our journeys and the moments we call, like turning points or main events, those are some of the things that could have killed us. And some of us know for sure that if it was not Christ, we were not going to survive or we're not going to be here.